Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Arcanum. This is Girl RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today, here, talking with Nazaruddin. Yeah, so if you missed last episode, or if you haven't seen any of the previous episodes, huge spoiler. Yeah, that's just how that happens. We are talking here with a guy that we've been thinking has been dead for 1,000 years, and he's actually talking to us about his regenerative shell, and he went into hibernation or whatever, a magical hibernation that extended his life much beyond of even the most powerful elven mages. I'm not really sure how much beyond that would be, because we talked, well, I don't know how, like, I don't know what much beyond means, because we know that elves of 150 years of age are not yet considered to be fully grown, and you would expect elves to have a, considering the longer lifespan, and considering the natural limitations of a world, to actually have the majority of their life in adulthood when compared to humans. So a human spends, let's say, 80% of their life, if they're lucky, as an adult, right? Or as an elder. That's basically how that goes, right? That would put sort of the 150 years of age down to 15 years of age for a human. So he's lived for 1,000 more years. That'd be like living for 100 more years as a human. And I suppose the math does check out. Why though? Why have you hidden yourself here for 1,000 years?
The world out there is not mine. It only serves to remind me of my failure. Everyone I knew, everything I held dear is gone. I myself should have died long ago. Besides, I do not fancy being worshipped as a god.
Well, you're only so you're only worshipped as a god because you disappeared. But you know about the Panari, then?
I'm well aware of the whole Panari tomfoolery, yes. When I emerged from my regenerative state, I traveled to the mainland. I suppose I thought I could somehow live among the world again. After I spoke with that Mannix fellow, I knew I was deluding myself.
Oh. Oh, wait a minute. So, okay. The connections here. Ooh, so, didn't you tell him who you were?
After I listened to his insane beliefs, or it seemed like ours, I hinted that I'd actually known Nazaruddin. He was already too far gone. He would not have believed any of my protests or denials of my godhood. He most likely would have interpreted the whole thing as some sort of test, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose. What happened to Manox, though? They believe he quote, ascended, unquote, with you?
Yes. Word of that eventually reached my ears.
Wait a minute.
I can only
Ascended with
assume
him?
that somehow he realized who I was and began talking about his visitation. I've not the slightest idea where the ascension piece of the legend originated from.
Well, I will need your help, because Aranax is coming back. But he didn't ascend with him. Canonically, Manox ascended, which is something completely different. We know of the void, and he ascends to God knows where. But Nazaruddin didn't actually ascend. Nazaruddin died, canonically speaking, and that's why we have his tomb. He didn't ascend. I believe these not coincidences, these sort of mistakes, because they are mistakes in the canon, or I guess not in the canon, in the game. The game contradicts itself as a narrative. But I believe that is an indicator more of what is trying to be mimicked here, very haphazardly and very poorly, actually, which is more the story of Jesus Christ, I would say, and the ascension there being sort of like Jesus himself, who, at least in the canon of the Catholic Church, ascended. I don't know if the other Christian churches are the same, but the Catholic Church, which is the one I was raised in, so that's the one I have knowledge about, does have that. So I think that's what they're trying, and that probably is the same thing. That it probably is the reason why they mentioned the 2,000 years when it is 1,000. And there were a few more incongruencies, or just a few more trips in the dialogue when we talked with the specifically I recall weird turns of phrases, specifically with the archaeologist dude. And also, I have that problem that I raised, the first problem that I raised regarding all this, which is the skepticism shown, or the lack of skepticism shown towards the void itself, where everything else is more or less grounded. And that was my problem with the archaeologist, because he readily accepts the void, even though there can be no proof of its existence, because it is by definition a place where people don't come from, so you can't have like feedback. But he's skeptical of the ascension, which was actually signed by people, and of course now we know who they are. Well, we suspect at the moment who those people are that signed those, but yeah, especially because Nazaruddin isn't dead and isn't where he was supposed to be. So yeah, let's tell him my story and all the story up until now. This game really does this a lot, doesn't it? I don't know. I think the game cannot have more than one... I don't know, it might be an engine limitation that it can't have more than one, or can't have scrolling in here, or can't... I think that might be it. And that's why they don't go with long lines that can't explain more than this. And yes, square brackets for the win.
I feel as if I've been waiting to hear those words since I awoke, those many years ago. I had hoped it would never come to this. From your tale, I can only surmise that the Black Mountain clan were banished to the void to construct some sort of technological device to nullify the wards.
So sort of a rescue team, which would put the Dark Elves again precisely at the center of the whole scheme, which makes sense. So that's how Aranax plans to return.
Why, Aranax? Why can't you see the folly of the path you've chosen? What are you going to do about this situation?
I like that. He cries out in anguish. I like that because it sounds it sounds very out of place, and you might have forgotten, but you probably didn't, because I'm the one who forgets things. Yeah, Nazaruddin is actually the father, the biological father of Aranax. And this reaction makes total sense with that in mind, considering specifically that he tried to steer Aranax before, and he was the one who banished Aranax, and we've seen a movie or a video last episode about that as well. Yeah, and it's right there. What am I going to do? He's your son. What are you going to do?
I fear there is nothing I can do. I am old, tired. I do not believe I could stand up against my son now, even if I could find the heart to try.
This is an interesting question. How is it that he's still so powerful after all this time?
We do not know what life in the void is like, if it can be even called life. Who knows what sources of power could be found on the other side?
Well, there must be some way to stop him.
I can think of only one possible strategy to defeat him now. You must retrieve the Vendigroth device that was meant to destroy him.
The Vendigroth device. You said Vendigroth was destroyed.
And so it was, above ground. There are many catacombs and tunnels lying beneath the surface. Some of the members attempted to retrieve it to use against Aranax, but they never returned. We were forced to battle him without it, and you know the consequence of that.
I don't like the sound of catacombs and tunnels. Good day. Oh, no, I do. There are many indeed. Many of them. What does the device do?
Extremely powerful mages have the ability to regenerate themselves whenever they are badly hurt, as I did. If one is powerful enough to hurt a master sorcerer gravely, the mage will retreat into his regenerative shell and emerge stronger than ever. The device is the only way known to disrupt the regenerating shield.
And disrupting the field kills the mage within?
Quite so. The technology of the device is designed to disrupt the field in such a way as to cause the shell to drain the life force instead of regenerating it. Quite gruesome to contemplate, actually. Further, it is said that one who is killed in this manner is forever separated from this world, with no chance of being returned magically or otherwise.
It's called death. It's being death. It's death. It's not actually. It's not death, because there's the spirit version of it. So the spirit dies, you mean? He's not mentioning the void. But yeah, why don't you retrieve the device?
I must conserve what little remains of my energy to banish you to the void once you have retrieved
Hey!
the device.
I didn't agree to this!
The banishment spell is rarely performed by a single mage. Its power requirement is so great. Certainly. If we were to wait for Aranax to breach the wards, I fear the loss of life would be immeasurable.
Okay, where can I find the ruins?
I do not know exactly. Those days are long past, and with them a better part of my memory, I'm afraid. All I know is that at one point Vendigroth and its settlements spread out over that whole area, now known as the Wastes. There was a bridge leading into the Vendigroth province. Here.
Interesting. Well, I'm off to Vendigroth then. Just like that. Just like that. Virgil,
What is it that you want of me?
can I ask you some questions?
What can I answer for you?
Where are we supposed to go now?
We are meant to traverse the wastes of Vendigroth in search of that device Nazaruddin mentioned. Not an easy task by any means.
Interesting that he doesn't say anything.
Of course. I'll do that right away.
Because he was really upset with us when we just said last episode, I just wanted to stop the conversation for a little bit so I could save the game. And it ended up not being possible, actually, but anyway. We now must go to the Vendigroth Wastes, which are in the upper right corner of the map. And, well, hopefully, I don't know how this is gonna go. Are we really at the southernmost? I don't know where I am. Can I leave this place? Or is this a dead end? Please, oh, I can. Oh. Well, let's go. Let's go manually, see what happens. I want to see if I can reach the southernmost area of the world, and that would be this one because the game is confused. It's not. It's this way. You can probably tell it on the map that I'm going sort of sideways and downwards because precisely the south is this corner. It's got like this sort of axis or axes. The plural would be without the I, and it would be an E instead, which is weird. But I think we're reaching the beach. Oh yeah, look at that. Unless I'm in combat right now. Well, it's a big beach. Is it? Oh my god, what exists? It's a wasteland. Oh boy, that's the best thing to say when you're at a beach. Ah, it's a wasteland. Oh, I'm dying. Because it's so hot and it's terrible. Unless you're at the beach in winter, in which case it's terrible as well, but not hot. Okay, good stuff. So we are at the southernmost edge. Well, actually, we went further west, as you can tell, just because we didn't really do things very well. So now we need to go back up there, and that should take us... I'm wondering now as well if I should go back to Caledon and sort of... Oh, come on. I'm not gonna... There we go. That sort of works. If I should go back to Caledon and tell the Panari... My god, that was the screamest of screams. They don't even do fatigue damage, which is what they probably want to do. There you go. And of course we're now level 49, not 59. So we are almost at maximum level. Did I shoot the wrong one? Well, there it is. What was that? Lesser Crag. We have not seen those before, have we? What a terrible place. Wargoons and greater gorillas, not war gorillas. What are these? Leprous monkey. Yeah. Interesting. Knocked down. Didn't quite stay knocked down. The leprous monkey doesn't want to do anything. Can I have a go? Apparently not. I wasn't pressing anything. So yeah, it's a very dangerous area. My god. Seriously, the screams are crazy. Okay. It's a dodge. You really like wasting your arrows, don't you? Don't you, Raven? Well, I'm not getting you any. I'm not buying you anymore. Oh. What is that? A fever beast. There we go. And almost at level 50. That's quite surprising. Okay, now under the clouds, not clothes, under the clouds, up north, back to our boat. That was a critical, very nice. Of course, Virgil doesn't say anything about any of this, because he's changed his tone, basically. That hurts. Can you guys...
Of course. I'll do that right away.
What did Jaina do? My god, there's so many of them. Can I shoot that? A crag warrior. Well, you're dead. And that's a lesser crag. That lasted longer. Okay. Apparently the crag society means, or in the crag society, being a warrior means being better. Yeah, I guess this game has pretty serious bias towards that, doesn't it? It's like the berserkers and the archers or ranged things or whatever in the other guys as well. Anyway, let's go to Caledon, because in Caledon I want to see... I also want to go back to Kintara and see if anything happens there, or if I can do anything about that. Maybe I could go back to Jill Bates, but the last time I went there, he was kind of a jerk. So, I'm not really too interested in going back there. Not that I was a jerk, he just didn't sort of... He's always a jerk. He's a terrible person, in general. He stole... Well, he didn't. Well, I don't know. It's kind of a complicated thing, isn't it? The whole thing about the Steam engine. Like, hey, look at this thing! A thing that nobody has ever done or seen. Oh, you must be the inventor, right? I like cake. Yeah. Yeah. That'll land you in good blankets. In my opinion of you. That's not words that I said, but whatever. Let's barter. Let's get some of this. Fatigue restore. I don't really need that. Can get that. Can get this. We have a restore life, which is not that expensive, all things considered. Get another one over there. And I can get a couple of these, which is always nice as well. Jaina, how's it going? Let's trade. I'm gonna give you these two and this. And just wanted to say hi there. And then from here, we need to go north. Maybe I can do something with her, or about her. Probably not. Is the book for sale? No, it isn't. Oh boy, I think I'm carrying it still, so it should be fine. But no, the book isn't for sale. So from here, I think, yeah, it's over there. I think it might have been better to go around rather than go up here. By around, I mean better to go through the cemetery. So I probably... I don't know if I want to talk to Manox. I say Manox. To, whatever his name is. Alexander?
Wait!
What?
Do you see that man? The one at the front of the temple?
Yeah, who's that?
That's Alexander, first acolyte of the Panari Church. I never thought I'd actually lay eyes on him.
Is he not supposed to be in that place? What about him?
The man's a living legend. Joaquin used to tell me stories about him. Not a nobler soul in all of Arcanum, it said. And he's a skilled warrior as well. Not the sort you want to tangle with.
Oh, he's the sort I want to tangle with. Hey, Alexander. You jerk. Am I wearing my things? I am. In the name of Nazaruddin, I welcome you, my friend. How can I help you today? I've been uncovering some strange things, Alexander. Oh, really? Just what are you talking about? I can't tell him the big thing, because all of these is just him dismissing any of these things. I've seen the inside of Nazaruddin's crypt. Why? What did you find? Well, I retrieved the skull. It's human, not elven. Alexander's face goes hard as stone. This is grave news. Obviously, the remains are fake. If you find out what all this means, return to me. Was there anything else? Gunther found another discrepancy in the Archeon. It seems like we've all been deceived, my friend. It seems your path no longer lies with us. But if you have the time, perhaps you could look into the message that was written on the inside of the crypt. Return to me if you find what it means. Otherwise, good luck. I hope you find the final resting place of Nazaruddin. Well, thank you, I suppose. That's an interesting thing. I really didn't want to talk to him, though. I wanted to talk to Gunther Wilhelm. Actually, not to Gunther Wilhelm, to Adrian. That's right. I should come here. Hello again. Have you discovered anything else about the remains of Nazaruddin? Yes, there's a message in blood. I can tell you this. The two words in the message you saw, the first means opposite and the second means truth. As to the broken ring, I have no idea. That was a little bit out of context because it's been a while since we've been down there, and I don't even remember the words. I do remember seeing the words in the sarcophagus, but opposite truth, it means lie. And written in blood, which is interesting. Hadrian looks up at you with haunted eyes, but says nothing before lowering his head once again. Hadrian? What? Why is he upset? What the hell is going on here? Why are you guys weird? Anyway, I'm glad I came here. Just want to go back to the Silver Lady. No, I can't go back. Well, I can't go back to the Silver Lady. But it's not necessary. Because she doesn't want to speak to me again. So I am not going to go back there. Let's go out through here, though. And I'll do a little bit of a trick, because the map doesn't end here. I think we saw that on camera. All I need to do is click Caledon. And I'm going to save the game because it's thundering outside. And my UPS doesn't really sustain... Well, actually, it should sustain the computer with the... with just 2D graphics, but it's sort of weird sometimes. So if the power goes down... Well, the recording definitely goes down, because I have that on a second computer, and I haven't bought a UPS for that one. Okay, so, out of here we go, and I was trying to open the map. Don't load. I didn't even register my click, because of course not. And one of these boats is a ghost ship. Or one of these ships is a ghost ship. Which one is it? I think it's this one. Who's that? No, it's not. It's not this one. Come back. Get on with it. You lazy person. Lazy dwarf. Okay, so from here, how do I get up there, actually? This is, let's see. Thanatos, Tarant, Caledon, Blackroot. There is a bridge. Vendigroth Wastes. Well, we go over there, wherever that city is. Ashroot, I believe? Ashbury, that's the one. Much better. And then from here, we have an easy time. I wonder if the boat follows us around if we travel on the map. But, well, we should have an easy time getting to that bridge. Getting to the Vendigroth Wastes. I do remember there being a lot of monsters there. But nothing out of the ordinary. Like, I mean, it was a lot of monsters. It was just like, it's not gonna be like 2 hours of slogging through a dungeon. That's for something else. I don't remember exactly which dungeon it is. It was one that had a lot of spiders. I remember that being like the worst. Like a lot of spiders. Oh, we're not going the right direction. Duh. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I want to see the Vendigroth Wastes. Come on. Okay, through here. It's easy to go to that castle. And we have been there. And it was terrible. It was haunted. And we killed everything there. Except for... No, we killed everything. I was thinking of the fire things that are also here. But they're not in the castle. They are in the dungeon, in the cemetery. And we have also killed those. So everything is good. And that's where we need to go. Who carries around a torch? I'm wondering. I think it is Magnus. Maybe not. No, it is. Should be. Okay. Here we go. Up to the Vendigroth. Oh, that's not... What? The gate to the wastes. Ah. Maybe that's what I remember. We need to get through the gate. I wonder what's going to happen. Are we going to get a cutscene? Is it going to be all weird like last episodes? Oh, where it's like inside the screen, which is weird. We have a friend. A pleasure to meet you, sir. Who might you be? I'm Weldo Rubin, the renowned halfling adventurer. At your service, sir. What are you doing out here, Weldo? Why, adventuring, of course. What better place to explore than the dreaded wastes of Endrigoth? Have you seen any cities out in the wastes, perhaps? Well, it's pretty empty out there, and I haven't been here exploring all that long, but I found this one city, way out in the wastes surrounded by shifting sands. No road led into or out of the place. There was no obvious entrance, so I climbed the surrounding wall. From that vantage, I could see the whole place. Did anyone live there? Yeah, there are lots of people inside. Lots of different races. Everyone was wearing robes and acting very polite and all. Oh, it's probably the mage city, the one that we've heard of before already. Did you go inside? Nah, I climbed back down and left. Bigger folk have their own ways, and I don't be disturbing them. I won't be disturbing them. Would you join me and travel there? You seem to have enough help already. If one of them leaves, come back for me. Okay, that sounds like a lovely time. Gar, you have earned your freedom, unless I'm... Gar, you have not earned your freedom. About the city of the desert. Would you show me where it is on the map? Okay, I marked the location on the city on a map. Okay, I must depart, because what I will do right now is I'll bring my charisma up to there. I am such a jerk. Do I still have more? I don't. I don't have more. So... Have you seen monsters in the desert? Once I saw the darnest thing deep in the desert. I saw a rock stand up and move around. I swear it looked at me too. Did you attack it? Such a typical question. No, I did not. I left. Good question. Or good choice. Have you found anything interesting on your travels? Well, actually, I found a very interesting device on a foray near here. He holds up a rather small peculiar item for you. I found this in some old ruins out in the wastes. Really? Yeah, the ruins were made of metal of a sort I've never encountered before. There was all manner of junk around and inside them. Found this device while rummaging through it. Oh, those might be the things that are required for us to know about old technology. Who had that in mind? Some nasty lizards must live nearby it, but underneath it, because they swarmed out at a noise and I had to retreat a ways. Oh, that's interesting. Now, I can't ask him to come with me. Well, I can. I'll just have to reload. Don't worry. It's gonna be fine. For right now, though, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Arcanum. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.